Hi Pisces, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for tuning in. This will be a general 3-card spread looking to see if your special person or your ex-lover will return to you. Now, please remember this is a general reading. If you'd like a private reading with me, all the information that you require is listed below in the Show More section. This can be for an ex-spouse, an ex-lover, an ex-fiance, if you were briefly connected or connected for the long term. There might be some messages in here to see if this person will in fact return to you, Pisces. So I want you to think about this person, meditate about them for a brief moment, hold their image in your mind, and hopefully we can gauge and see if this person will in fact return. So if you enjoy this content, please feel free to give me a thumbs up or subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to click the bell notification button as well to be notified of my readings when I do upload them. Otherwise, this is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Let's have a look and see. Will they return to you? Okay, let's start off with the Five of Wands. Now, the Five of Wands is dysfunction, disorientation. It's also pushing against and resistance. You can see the direction of the foxes that travel one way, but this man is adamant to go against that. So it could indicate that someone is going against their wants, needs, hopes, wishes, and they're going against the grain here. But this is a disagreement. There's two very different approaches that are occurring in the relationship right now. So if you find you're the one that's being resistant, that they might be the one chasing. If they're the one chasing you, if you're the one chasing them, they might be very resistant. Because this reading is centered about them, however, Pisces, I'm inclined to believe that this Five of Wands can indicate that this person right now is not in alignment with their thoughts. They're pushing against you, your connection, what's happened between the both of you, because they're not in a ideal mind state, because it's a lack of agreeability. And the Wands represents conflict, passion, opposition, and argumentative energy, very heated things. So it could indicate that this person still, they need to cool off. All of that needs to blow over. It needs to settle. The dust needs to die down a little bit. The dust needs to settle. And once it does that, maybe then they'll come around. But at this point in time, they're still emotionally charged in some way here. Now, let's also not ignore the fact that the Three of Swords is here. If this was a third-party situation and there was deceit or cheating or another person involved, a third-party situation here, then this person is either still around you or still around them. Or they're still healing. It's pain, okay? It's pain. It's mental anguish. It's heartfelt pain. This is coming up around the person. Maybe more so an air sign, maybe not. But this one has the swords through his heart. This is peace. This is pain. This is a lot of anxiousness and conflict, but it can also be a third party. If you have someone around you, or you cheated, or you had an affair, and this person knows about it, then they're very hurt to come back. I don't see they're actually refusing to come back. There's possibly a refusal here around them. If the roles were reversed, they cheated, they were dishonest, they had someone else around them, this person is still around them. Maybe they haven't learned their lesson here. Maybe they're trying to make you jealous, maybe they need this person for clarity, for an ego boost. Obviously, reasons will vary. If there wasn't a third party, if there wasn't someone else involved and you ended things because of other reasons, other factors, then the Three of Swords indicates that this person right now is in too much pain to return to you. And they might be in the next 3 months, 3 weeks, 13 weeks, still be reliving this pain. Okay, blood was shed. It's an analogy, but blood was shed. Okay, so there's pain, there's hurt, there's deceit, there's whatever, however it happened, however it occurred between the both of you, they're still feeling it. So they're still feeling pain, and they're not going to return because they feel like that pain is going to be relived again, or you're going to give them more pain, or they're going to feel more pain. Again, regardless of how the situation ended or what unfolded, the thing is that this person is feeling too heartbroken to return to you right now. There's too much of that emotional, charged energy. They can't return. They don't see themselves returning. I think in one way they've neglected themselves and they've neglected you, or they're neglected to see or reconcile with their emotions. And I say that because the Five of Pentacles, she sits here and she refuses to face the Pentacle. She refuses to face what's in front of her. She refuses to address the elephant in the room. She refuses to acknowledge, to reconcile, or to accept what is. Denial? Maybe. Okay, it could be denial. The imagery that's captured in this card is her lack of ability to see the bigger picture, to see these Five of Pentacles looming around her. Okay, the butterfly is in front of her, possibly imparting a message on her. She does not see it. She chooses not to see it. If you've messaged or reached out, no, the butterfly can be a message of change. If you feel you've changed, if you've communicated this change, if they've communicated, one of you, okay, has refused to accept or acknowledge or invite that in, invite that metamorphosis, the change. Maybe the butterfly is heralding change or metamorphosis, or a possibility of that between the two of you. But right now, it's not in alignment with what the other person is wanting. And because this reading is focused more on them, I sense that this person could not be wanting to accept what is. They're in denial. They don't want to accept it, or they refuse to believe it, refuse to accept it. There's refusal here. They choose not to see something for what it really is. Maybe it brings pain. Maybe it makes them relive painful memories. Whatever the reason here is, this person doesn't want to see that. Could be more an earth sign, maybe Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. It can be anyone that you're dealing with here, but right now I feel the thought of coming back to you is not something they've properly thought about. I feel like they've cast it aside. I feel like they don't even want to look there. They don't even want to go there. They don't even want to think about it. That's not to say they don't want to think about you, because they do. You still hold an important place for them, especially if they're still very emotional. Okay, this is a number one sign. If they're emotional, if they have snarky things to say, if they have sad things to say, if they have bittersweet things to say, if they have nostalgic things to say, these are all behaviors, Pisces, that this person is still emotionally attached. That's like Psychology 101. Okay, this person, if they're still emotional, you're still sparking an emotional reaction from them, whether it's a good emotion or a bad emotion. You know, if it's a very blasé, nonchalant response or messages or communication you're having, okay, maybe that could indicate that this person isn't as emotionally invested as they once were. But if they're still displaying this behavior, which I'm leaning towards that they are, they're still emotional about it. There's still pain. There's still hurt, and that's their way of dealing with things. And you'll see that in their behavior. You'll see it in their responses. And let's not forget, you're one of the most intuitive signs of the zodiac here, Pisces. So you need to listen to your hunch, your intuition, because you will get some sort of symbolism here, the green light from the universe, if in fact this person will return. But right now, I think they're in a state of denial or refusing to accept what is. I think they're not thinking about returning to you. It's a possibility, but it won't. You won't see this until the dust settles, until this person goes through whatever emotional process they need to go through. Only then will you see them come back to you. But if they do come back, there's disagreements, there's misalignment here with the Five of Wands, pushing against or resistance. I will leave it at that though, Pisces. I do hope this reading has given you a bit of food for thought. Obviously, every situation is different. Every breakup is different. So I want you to take those things into consideration. This is a general reading applicable to thousands of Pisceans watching. So please remember that. But nonetheless, I do hope it's been helpful. I hope it's given you some sort of insight or clarity into the situation. Don't forget to leave behind a like or a subscribe. Thanks so much in advance. For private readings, all the info is below in the show more section. Otherwise, thank you for tuning in, Pisces. As always, it's been a pleasure,